This 25 joule Ball Trainmaster was sent to me by a viewer. This diamond in the rough was on its last legs when it arrived, barely wanting to run. There's no reason this watch couldn't make an excellent timekeeper, but what will it take to restore it to its former glory? Let's dive in. It does want to run, when it feels like it. Actually, I found it runs steadily enough in the dial down position, so I'll throw it on the Timegrapher to get a baseline of performance. Pretty messy. The crystal is scuffed and scratched, but worse, it's deformed, so I'm not going to reuse it. This ETA 2821 movement doesn't look bad at first glance. The stem is secured using a sprung setting lever. It's removed by depressing the post on the backside of the movement. ETA is, by and large, the most prolific movement manufacturer in the world, and they provide generic movements and components for thousands of timepieces produced each year. Let me know in the comments below if you own a watch with an ETA movement. These movements use little levers that grip against the little feet soldered to the underside of the dial. There are 2 of these, and they simply need to be swung out to release the dial from the movement. I'll go ahead and grab the hour wheel now so it doesn't fall off when I flip over the movement. Disassembly begins with the automatic rotor, followed by the removal of the automatic winding works. If I were to do that again, I did not need to remove the ratchet wheel screw to remove that automatic wheel assembly. Now that the balance is stored somewhere safe, I can proceed by inserting the winding stem so I can let down any remaining power in the main spring. Note the reverse threading on the crown wheel screw. I'll make some progress disassembling the dial side. I apologize if this is a bit out of order. I have a habit of removing the cannon pinion before the wheel train since I'm used to working on watches where they're friction fit to the center wheel arbor. However, ETA movements use what's known as a loose cannon pinion. This type of pinion does not friction fit onto the center wheel. The friction comes from the center post that's attached to a lower wheel. The 2 bars attached to the bottom of the pinion making the friction. This little part, which moves with the sliding clutch, is actually a hacking lever. In setting mode, the long tip of the lever touches the balance wheel, which halts timekeeping while time is being set. Such a small part and simple design. And now I disassemble the remainder of the keyless works. The bidirectional automatic winding assembly is taken apart for cleaning as well. For this service, I'm choosing to reinstall the balance onto the main plate prior to cleaning. I don't typically do this, but others have recommended it as a good way to protect the pivots during the cleaning cycle. For automatics, it's important to add grease to the wall of the mainspring barrel. The grease offers a braking effect, allowing the spring to slip along the wall in a controlled way when fully wound. This is why it's impossible to overwind an automatic watch. I've yet to have a graceful performance with these winders. Oh well. I begin reassembly of the movement with the keyless works, starting with the setting lever and yoke. A little bit of grease on the winding surfaces helps ensure smooth operation and reduces wear over time. I now reinstall the train of wheels one by one. I'm actually forgetting something. Add a comment below if you know what it is. I use Mobius D5 for any high friction or slow moving parts such as the barrel arbor here. Mobius 9010 is used on the train wheel pivots. Finishing off the barrel bridge, I install the ratchet wheel, click spring, the click, and the crown wheel. Mobius 941 is a special escapement oil that's applied to the tips of the pallet stones. Doing so lubricates the surface that contacts the teeth of the escape wheel. The pallet bridge is carefully installed, ensuring the pivots of the pallet fork arbor are seated within their respective hole jewels before tightening the screws down. My favorite part of every service is watching the balance spring to life. I'm not done yet. as I still need to oil the end stones, which are secured under these Inca block shock springs. The cap jewel needs to be separated from the hole jewel so I can apply a small droplet of Mobius 9010. The same process is now repeated for the other end stone. ETA movements are known for their precision, durability, and cost. They're used in many luxury and common watches alike. Their internals are well designed. One trait of a bad design is that it stands out like a sore thumb. Good designs, on the other hand, are those that go unnoticed, that are experienced, that are invisible or overlooked. At least that's my excuse for forgetting to install the hacking lever. It's so simple, yet works quite well. While not shown, I did apply a small amount of grease where the cannon pinion drive wheel frictions against the cannon pinion itself. I now finish up by assembling and lubricating the bidirectional automatic winding works. Fortunately, most of the staining on the dial was superficial and easily cleaned up without affecting the finish. The Trainmaster is once again a reliable timekeeper for years to come. Now I'll finish the job with a fresh crystal. Shout out to Natasha for sending me her watch to repair. She actually owns her own motorsports company and runs a garage building engines and restoring vehicles. She's got a real passion for her work. I dropped a link in the description if you want to check it out. For those of you who stuck with me to the end, thank you. I hope you learned something from this video today, and if not, I hope you at least found it enjoyable. Thanks for fixing watches with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.